Jewish education in the 20th century has very much been about building children's knowledge, skills, beliefs, particularly around Bible stories. We've treated them as things to know, things to remember, and we have neglected the inner abilities, the inner wonderings of children to come to know the sacred. The desert is an amazing place. So many important things happen there to the children of Israel. In the Torah Godly play method, we use story to prompt the children to find their own way inside the story, to grow their own spiritual lives and grow a language of religious faith that they can author for themselves. Avraham and Sarai went into the desert. When we read the Torah in synagogue, we create a sacred space and a ritual around the coming into and out of the story. This is the same in Torah Godly play. So I want you to think about the desert. You can close your eyes. Everywhere ahead of you is full of sand. Just this blue sky and the sun and the sand. Can you see that in your mind? Hills of sand. We're trying to create an opportunity for the children to cultivate some of the quietness that is not necessarily present in their educational lives. At night time, Avram would go out to the edge of the desert and look out at the sand and the stars in the sky. And there, God came so close to Avram, and Avram came so close to God. The story is told without making eye contact, so that the story itself becomes the focus of the children's attention. God said, Lech lecha. We use very natural objects, stone and sand and wood, in order that the imagination of the child can be imposed upon the story. They did have a baby, and they named him Yitzchak. And Yitzchak had children, and they had children, until they were a great family, and they were as many as the sand in the desert. And we are all part of that great family. We're creating a circle of children, and the story is at the center of that circle. This allows us to create a community of children, where the children are really the focus of the learning.
Were all these their kids, or did their kids have kids?
They had kids, and they had kids, and they had kids, and they had kids, and we came down to us. The wondering questions are not seeking to find an answer, but rather asking the children to wonder about the very nature of our biblical characters and the lives that they led. What did you think was the most important part of the story?
When Abraham feel close to God.
Understanding God is very much about being able to find your own religious language, about the sacred holiness in your own life. And only children can do that for themselves. And each child has their own spiritual signature.
I got a
Have
question.
you felt close to God?
Yes.
You have?
Mm-hmm.
And is that something that made you feel special?
Yes.
Do you think they felt special?
Yes. Totally. Yes. Because they are the only ones who believe in one God. And everyone else believe there's many gods, and they don't care what other people said.
Although the pedagogy of Torah Godly play is one that needs training, any person can be a storyteller. This can be used for, obviously, stories in our tradition that go beyond the Torah, for early childhood, with adolescents, and with elders. What I love about Torah Godly play is that it's a very comprehensive, intentional practice that allows the individual to be their own author of the tradition, as well as building relationships with others, with the world, and of course with God. Even if they've heard the story many times before, I want to be able to offer the gift of this story in a new way to every group, for them to really experience the story for themselves for the first time.
I got Abraham.
There we go.
Oh,
This is the great privilege of being a storyteller for Torah Godly play. Out to the sand.
wait, there's a...
And now we're going to put our sand away. I want to thank you for being part of our story.
Where you buy the sand?